Most people see Disney as a kingdom of magic and dreams, but in the world of business, it's something far more calculated, a relentless acquisition machine. They don't just make movies, they own your childhood, your heroes, and the stories you pass on to your children. Over the last decade, Disney has consolidated an enormous share of the global entertainment market, reshaping how stories are created, owned, and controlled. So how did a once struggling animation studio turn into a corporate giant that influences the very rules of copyright? Today, we decode the logic of the mouse. Welcome to Empire Logic. This is how Disney bought the world. In the mid-2000s, Disney was fading. Its animation department was failing, and it was losing the hearts of an entire generation. Bob Iger, newly appointed CEO, made a move that looked like a desperate gamble. He bought Pixar for $7.4 billion. People thought he was insane. But Iger wasn't buying a studio. He was buying the future of storytelling. That single acquisition didn't just revive Disney, it rewrote the company's DNA and laid the blueprint for everything that came next. 4 years later, Disney struck again. They acquired Marvel Entertainment for $4 billion. At the time, critics said Marvel's best characters were already licensed to other studios. But Disney saw the logic behind the characters, the universe, not the individual heroes. Since then, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has generated over $30 billion in box office revenue alone. This wasn't a purchase, it was a strategic takeover. And in 2012, Disney completed the trifecta. They acquired Lucasfilm, and with it, Star Wars. In less than a decade, Disney had assembled some of the most valuable intellectual properties ever created. They no longer needed to invent new myths. They owned the legends. To understand Disney's true power, you have to look at a simple sketch from the late 1950s. Walt Disney called it the strategy flywheel. In this model, the movie is not the final product. It's only the fuel. A single film doesn't end on opening weekend. It ignites a self-sustaining machine that can run for decades. Take Frozen, for example. Disney spent roughly $150 million to produce the film. That was the spark. Then the flywheel kicked in. Merchandise generated billions. Theme parks added multi-million-dollar attractions. Spin-offs expanded the universe on Disney+. The movie made hundreds of millions, but the logic behind it made billions. Because Disney isn't selling stories. They're selling ecosystems you can never truly leave. And now, they have the ultimate accelerator, Disney+. For the first time, Disney knows what you watch, when you pause, and what makes you click. They're no longer guessing what the next hit will be. They're using data to engineer it. In this empire, the consumer is the most valuable asset, and the flywheel is spinning faster than ever. But Disney's greatest weapon isn't a lightsaber or a superhero. It's the law. In the world of business, intellectual property is your lifeblood. For decades, Disney has actively lobbied the US government as copyright expiration dates approached, especially when Mickey Mouse was getting close to the public domain. The result? Copyright terms were extended again and again. The rules of the game didn't change by accident. They were rewritten. This is why critics often refer to it as the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. And from that moment on, Disney created a loop that's almost impossible to escape. You watch their movies as a child, you buy their merchandise as a teenager, and one day you take your own children to their parks. Disney isn't just selling entertainment, they're selling a permanent residency inside your subconscious. They own the past, they influence the present, and they're engineering the future. That is the ultimate logic of the mouse. Disney proves that in the modern world, owning the story is more powerful than owning the land. It's a $200 billion empire built on pixels and nostalgia. At Empire Logic, we don't just watch the news, we decode the blueprints of power. If you want to see which global giant we dismantle next, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The files are always open. This was Empire Logic.